What's up, guys? It's Jensen and welcome to another video. So last year a lot of us thought the Cleveland Browns would make the playoffs, myself included, and a lot of us fell for the bandwagon, and they failed for multiple reasons. But I think they fixed a lot of those reasons this year. A lot of those problems have been solved, and I think that the Cleveland Browns will make the playoffs this year. And one of the main problems last year was that Baker Mayfield was holding onto the ball and running out of the pocket like he was Deshaun Watson or Patrick Mahomes. He's not one of those guys. He threw 20 interceptions as a result. He was a turnover machine, and it was not very good football from Baker Mayfield last year. And a lot of the blame has to go to Freddie Kitchens. He didn't run an offensive system that fit Baker Mayfield, honestly, or even a system at all. Nobody could tell what Freddie Kitchens was doing last season. And the offensive line, too, they weren't great last season, so there were multiple problems, but they fixed the head coach problem. Stefanski and Baker Mayfield is a match made in heaven. This is the absolute perfect combo. Look at what Stefanski did last season in Minnesota. Like Kirk Cousins and Dalvin Cook, they formed a deadly play action. That might have been the best play action in the league. And Kirk Cousins, he was very efficient. He didn't really turn over the ball much, and he got the ball out of his hands quickly. He got the guys like Stephon Diggs and Adam Thielen. It was a very efficient offense last year, and as a result, Minnesota made the playoffs. They even beat the Saints in the Superdome. When we're looking at the Cleveland Browns, the Baker Mayfield, Nick Chubb play action is going to be just as dangerous. I mean, you have a guy like Nick Chubb, who was one of the top rushers in the NFL last year. Baker Mayfield, as we all know, when he's getting the ball out of his hands quickly, he's very accurate. He throws one of the nicest spirals I've ever seen. This dude is capable of making quick decisions, I think. And you're getting the ball out of your hands to guys like Odell Beckham Jr. and Jarvis Landry. Even though I argue at times they talk a little bit too much, no doubt the talent is there. Austin Hooper, you add that guy at tight end. He's a top 5 tight end in the NFL right now. And he's very consistent. He's going to be a safety blanket, but he can also make dynamic plays. And if David Njoku can stay healthy, this dude can make big-time plays on the field. He's a very gifted athlete. I think that could be a very dangerous tight end combo. Obviously, we can't forget about Kareem Hunt. This dude is a star running back. If he can stay out of trouble off the field, this dude should be able to produce for the Cleveland Browns on the field. The offensive line, they're fixing up some of those issues. Like Jack Conklin, signing him, he's going to be a big difference on this offensive line. And they could draft a dude for the offensive line, too. They're the number 10 overall pick. I mean, this offensive line, I think they were going to be okay. They fixed some of those problems. And on defense, they're still pretty good. When we're looking at a guy like Myles Garrett, this dude's one of the best pass rushers in the league. Olivier Vernon, even though he's getting a little bit older, he's still solid on the defensive line. And Denzel Ward being one of the best corners in the league, no doubt, this Cleveland defense should be pretty good next season. And that offense should be top 10. Baker Mayfield will be a borderline MVP candidate. He's going to be sensational next season. And I really feel like the Cleveland Browns, they're going to make the playoffs. We have to keep in mind it's the AFC. The NFC, it's going to be a bloodbath next year. I've been saying this. About the wild card, I mean, you're probably going to have like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and San Francisco 49ers fighting it out for a wild card spot. It's going to be a bloodbath next year. I mean, we can't forget about the Dallas Cowboys maybe fighting for a wild card spot. The Bears could be fighting for a wild card spot. I mean, the Arizona Cardinals, we can't forget about them. They just got DeAndre Hopkins. So I think that the NFC, it's going to be hard to get a wild card spot. But the AFC, it's a lot softer. We know the Browns aren't winning the division. That's going to be the Baltimore Ravens because Lamar Jackson's a stud. The team they're building there, it's about as good as anyone in the league other than Kansas City. But when we're looking at the wild card spot, it's going to be like the Pittsburgh Steelers with injured Ben Roethlisberger, who's getting older. I don't know about that. My sleeper team is the Denver Broncos. I think they could make the playoffs, but obviously there's a little bit of uncertainty. We haven't seen enough from Drew Lock, although I believe in him. We don't know for sure. So I really feel like the Cleveland Browns, they're a pretty safe bet for a wild card spot this season. And I really feel like you shouldn't sleep on the Cleveland Browns. This team is ready this year. There were problems last year, but they're going to be better off because they experienced that last year. Being able to go through that type of adversity, it's going to make them better as a team next year. And I really feel like this is the year for the Cleveland Browns. This is the year to make the playoffs. So you all Cleveland Browns out there who are suffering, those fans, I really feel like this is your year. Your guys are going to make the playoffs this year. Anyways, thanks for watching this video, guys. Please like and subscribe. I'll be providing you for NFL and NBA hot takes as the season goes on, and have a good day. Remember to follow me on Twitter, Jensen Sports. See y'all later.